Welcome back to the Envovled Podcast. I'm Taylor Mission. I'm joined by
Mr. Bohalmer.
And we got camera setups. What do you think of this? Well, that camera
is dead. Well, we can go to this camera.
We can go to this camera. But yeah, so what do you think of the
We're in
the new setup?
We got a freaking professional studio here. It's crazy.
We got lights,
microphones, monitors, the whole 9 yards.
We're set up.
I mean, look at the sports memorabilia everywhere on the wall.
What do you say? This is the official Evolve Podcast studio now.
This is the official studio.
It's for real.
This is for real.
Yeah.
This is what you see on legit podcasts.
Right? This is a legit podcast now.
That's right.
It's a legit podcast.
We're legit now.
But yeah, all right. Well, let's get right into it then.
Let's do it.
So, Bo, we talked earlier today, and we talked about what some of your top sports moments of all time are. Let's hear some of those.
Top sports moments of all time. Like you're talking that you've seen, or just that you've seen and how you feel and stuff. Oh well, that's a tough one. I mean, there's a lot. I've been watching sports pretty much my whole life, so I don't know. I would start with probably the Final Four matchup between Wisconsin and Kentucky.
Okay, yeah, that was a good game. I remember that one clear. I mean, wasn't Kentucky undefeated at that time?
Yes,
and
they were.
Wisconsin just dominated them. Oh boy! And they had lost the year before that to Kentucky in the NCAA tournament.
Exactly.
Basically, same game.
Exactly.
Oh, what a payback! If I've ever seen one.
And I remember I was at church and I was in the choir because my mom teaches the choir, and I'm not focused at all in church.
Yeah.
This game's going on.
I mean, does anybody ever focus at all? I don't focus at all.
This is true. So I'm like, Mom, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I'm leaving church. I go to the basement and I'm watching the game on my phone in the bathroom. Yeah. And I just remember Wisconsin wins. I get back up into church and I'm singing, man. I'm hallelujah.
You're all into the church now. Oh. Wisconsin wins.
So yeah, that was one of the top moments.
I think it's followed by a big letdown though with that Duke game.
Yeah, that kind of hurt.
I mean, I'm not one to blame the refs, but the refs were really bad in that second half.
Yeah.
That
was kind of a bummer. But.
Well, I gotta say one for me personally would be when Michael Phelps won the
Olympic thing.
Well, not just winning the 8 golds in the one Olympics. When they won that one relay race where they won it just by a fingertip against the French.
I don't know how he did it.
I still remember watching that live. That was crazy. I still watch it on YouTube every now and then.
Oh, you gotta.
Yeah. What are some more for you?
I'm kind of drawing a blank here. Let's see. Probably. Well, I watched. USA was playing in the World Cup of Soccer against Portugal.
Yep.
And I'm at my cousin's house, and we're all decked out in USA stuff. And, USA somehow is beating Portugal, and they're about to get a huge win against Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal. And then right in the extra time, Ronaldo doesn't do anything the whole game. Hits a perfect cross. Another guy heads it in, and they end up in a tie.
Was that the same year that we beat Ghana, surprisingly, in the last minute? Was that the same World Cup?
I think that was the same year, the very next game, with, what's his name?
Landon Donovan?
Donovan.
Yep. What a great player.
Great player.
Man, who would have ever thought we'd be talking about men's soccer on the Envovled podcast? I mean,
it just came up in my head.
We've come full circle.
So yeah, any other moments that you're thinking of, or?
Well, I am thinking about one personally.
Yes, I feel like I know where you're going.
You and I were at this game.
Yeah,
you and I were in disbelief.
This is definitely the tops on my list.
I went Facebook Live for the first time ever at this game. What game was it?
The Minneapolis Miracle.
The Minneapolis Miracle. You even have a signed photo in your kitchen, don't you?
I have to.
Yeah,
I had to.
Stephon Diggs. You know, I got my little piece of Stephon Diggs back here.
Yeah. I mean, you know how we were feeling.
Oh, we were deflated. We were.
The first half was amazing.
Yeah.
We're killing it. We're like, yeah, we're gonna win it all.
And that second half was just typical Vikings football.
Yep. Let's blow the huge lead, and there it was. I mean, I got to give props to the kicker. He did make a nice kick for us.
Yep. For once, finally we had a kicker, and then he got cut the next year.
Yeah. So then they go down, and Drew Brees does his thing, scores, and I'm thinking, oh, great. Well, good season. And then pandemonium.
Case Keenum.
Pandemonium.
It was utter craziness.
That was seriously the craziest moment.
I think that was my first game at that new stadium too. I had never been to a game there yet. Yeah, we were there for the X Games, and that was the first time I had been to that stadium.
Oh, that was absolutely crazy. I mean, every time I think about it, just
remember that fan behind us. I got it in my Facebook Live video.
Yeah,
that one Saints fan was just so defeated at that moment.
I wonder if you can find a screenshot of that, maybe.
Oh, I have a screenshot. I might have to share that right this time and show it because
we started a who dat chant and
Remember how long we stayed in the stadium for?
It was like an hour.
Yeah, we stayed in the stadium after that game for an hour. And then remember how long it took to find the car?
Yeah, so
all of our phones were dead. We couldn't find the car.
Yeah.
So what happened there where we couldn't find the car? Do you?
We were running. We were gonna get to the game right at game time, so we parked in a parking garage. Didn't really take note of where. Rushed to the game. We went through tunnels.
Yep.
So after the game, we were coming back through the tunnels, and they had them blocked off for whatever reason.
They were closed. They were locked. They
wouldn't let us through. So now we're trying to find a different way, and we walked around for 2 hours.
We went into a random building. A security guy comes up to us. He's like, "Hey, you guys can't be in here right now. This is closed."
Yeah.
Like, we're just trying to find our car.
Yeah.
And you know what's the funniest thing is about it? Like, maybe a half hour or an hour into our search,
we were there.
You actually pointed out the garage that we were in.
Yes.
And I said, nope, we're not in that garage. There's no way.
So then we walked around, and I remember one of the clues, we started having flashbacks.
Yeah, we started...
We
started literally retracing our steps.
I was like,
steps.
Is that a Catholic church?
Yep. And then there was the, wasn't it like the... YMCA or something like that?
Yeah, there was some other building, and it was like, wait, okay, it's over here.
So we started trying to, like, walk the skywalks, but on the street. We started, trying to...
Yep. And then eventually we showed back up at that one parking garage.
Right by the hotel that Bob and I always stayed at when we would go to wrestling events down there.
It's crazy. Yeah, that was... And then I originally was scheduled to work the next day, and I had to call in because it was a snowstorm.
Yeah, it was a snowstorm. We were getting dumped on while we were trying to find this car.
So we had to head home about usually a 3.5 hour trip. Took us probably about 5 hours.
Yeah,
we were going 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
another great sports moment messed up by a really crappy one right after that. Then the Monday night.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah, if anything, we would. So I got one more I have to say because I have to say it.
Oh, jeez.
This is probably my top one, other than the Minneapolis Miracle that I witnessed in person.
Okay.
And it is the reason why this W flag flies in my room. Cubs, World Series champions.
Yeah.
2016. How did you feel when they won that?
I mean,
part of you had to be kind of...
No, it was cool. It was cool that I got to witness some kind of history like that.
Just think, nobody had seen that in over 100 years.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Javi Baez, and I do like Chris Bryant.
You like Wilson Contreras? We know that.
No, I don't like Wilson. No.
Who? Come on. Who else on the Cubs do you not like?
Do I not like? I don't know. I just don't like the Cubs.
Okay. Well, so NL Central, what is your too early prediction for who's going to win?
Brewers NL Central champs.
You think the Brewers are going to repeat as the NL Central champs?
They will.
I beg to differ.
No, you'll see.
I think the Cubs are going to win the Central.
The funny thing is, the Brewers haven't played to their top potential yet, and they're in first.
Neither have the Cubs.
They're in first place.
They're tied for first place with the Cubs.
All right. Well, the Brewers will figure it out.
The Cubs have been so inconsistent, and yet they're tied for first place right now.
Same with the Brewers. It's the exact same stories.
All right, so change sports here. Warriors, Rockets, NBA Finals. Game 3 happening, probably starting here pretty soon now.
Tonight, yep.
Right when we're recording this. Who do you think wins Game 3, and who do you think ultimately wins the series?
Well, this is easy. As many viewers probably know, I'm cheering for a certain squad. I don't know. They hail from California.
Oh, you're trying to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, aren't you?
No, I'm going with the blue and the gold.
You're going with Golden State.
30. Steph Curry will finally get his Finals MVP this year.
It's gonna be the Rockets that win the.
No, don't tell
NBA
me you
Finals.
you love Drake.
On camera. We have 2 cameras going up here. I will bet you $15 that the Rockets beat the Warriors.
All right,
and win the
deal.
series. So let's go ahead.
That's a deal. $15.
All right, $15. We got betting now on the Envovled podcast.
Yes, $15.
All right, so let's talk about Ashland sports a little bit. What's that jersey you're wearing? Where?
This was an old. I don't even know. I got it. They revamped their uniforms when they redid the schools. And they were doing
What do you think of that new gym? That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
We did we helped play football in there a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it is much needed. I mean there's mixed reviews from
the community.
From the community, you know, they were thinking, you know, it was going to be something totally different, but personally, it is much, you know, it has helped with scheduling and people using courts, and it is nice.
Well, and just think how cool it is, you know, to be from that school now and actually have something look respectable, you know, and kind of nice.
Like when we went to high school, well, jeez.
It was something else.
Yeah. That's all I'll say. I don't want to.
So, Ashland Little League Baseball, you're quite heavily involved with that, aren't you?
Yes. Well, see, my father is the league president, and
he has been for many years too, since we've been playing, hasn't he?
Many years.
Yeah.
And still going strong.
They're in need of umpires, though, aren't they?
Yes. So that's how I'm involved. Is I'm an umpire, and I'm doing about a game a week.
Yeah.
If needed, and So always looking for umps. He pays $35 a game.
Mm-hmm. It's worth it too, and I mean it's pretty.
It's straight cash. You get the cash right after the end.
There's
of the
gear
game.
provided there at the place for you, so.
Pick up the gear. You got brand new baseballs to give to the teams, and
yep.
I mean, it's.
I've done it before myself. It's not bad, you know, and pay has gone up a lot since we first started doing it, you know.
Oh God.
But except for now, the only thing is you're usually the only one out there.
You're the only one. Yeah. You're umping from behind home.
That's why the pay also went up, is because
you're
getting the pay for the second guy too.
Because before, I think it was home and base ump.
It was home and base ump.
Home ump got like $20, maybe even less than that. And then
they got home got like 15.
Yep.
And base got like 12 or something like that.
Yep.
So, where do they play? They play most of their games at the new fields, which are now technically older, but they're the new fields for us still because.
Yep. Central Rail Yard Park. It's located kind of by Super One. Civic Center, behind the Civic Center. I don't know. Those in Ashland are pretty familiar.
Yeah, and if you're interested in getting into, you know, doing this umpiring, you can either contact Bo or I on Facebook, contact us on Twitter. We'll get you in touch with Mr. Halmer. And
I threw an ad out at a couple days ago, and right away there was somebody contacted me.
Yeah,
messaging. So that was awesome.
Always looking for help. So
yep.
All right. Well, anything else? What else? What's going on? How did mowing the lawn go yesterday? Were you able to beat the rain?
It's kind of funny that I've never thought I would be operating a push mower and running at the same time.
Yeah, you were going fast.
Because I was literally towards the end. I started feeling raindrops. And I had a little bit to go, and I was like, I don't even care who sees me. I'm just gonna start running with the mower.
Yep. So
I was basically running and mowing. It's not the greatest cut job, but the lawn's mowed.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of dandelions, but there's not really much we can do about it. They just grow like
boom.
Yeah, there's boom, they're up already. I think you mowed yesterday and they're up today already. Yeah. Doesn't take long.
Nope.
All right, well, thanks for joining me on the Envovled podcast.
Thanks for having me.
You're finally back.
It's been a while.
We've meaning to do this for a while, but busy lives, busy.
So if you guys have any other topics,
just just Facebook us, tweet us, comment on the video. This will be up on YouTube, iTunes. It'll be up on Spotify.
Yep.
I think for our next episode, we're planning on getting Bobby and his girlfriend in here, and we're gonna be playing what's called the Initials game from K-Fan. Have I showed you those videos of the Initials game?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
It's pretty sweet, isn't it?
It's a great game.
Are you?
I'm excited. I tend to think I'm good at it, but I don't know. It'll be a challenge for me.
It's gonna definitely be a challenge. But all right, well, thanks for joining us on the Envovled podcast. We'll wave goodbye to our cameras here. All right, well, adios. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.